You can use a for loop in order to traverse through an array. So when I say traverse through array, I mean going through the array and visiting all of the nodes of the array. So in this example here, I have this double array called student grades, and I have three values in it. And this is sort of what it looks like with the indexes. We have 90 at 0, 80 at 1, and 40.5 at 2. So now we have a loop that just is going to print out every single element in this array. So in order to print out every single element in the array, we have to traverse through the array, visit every element, and print it out. So here I have that we start I at 0 and I must be less than student grades dot length. Now student grades dot length is going to return the number 3 because there's 1, 2, 3 elements in this array. So I has to be less than 3 I plus plus. And every time we go through this, we're going to say element I. So in the first round of this loop, it's going to be 0. Element 0 is, and then we're going to go ahead and grab what the element is in the array. So student grades at 0. And we know that student grades at 0 is this one right here. So it'll be a 90. Then we loop again. I becomes 1. So we print out element 1 is, and then we get what 1 is here because we're passing an I. So it's 80. And then finally, we do the same thing with 2. Notice we say I is less than student grades dot length, not less than or equal to or anything else, because we know that student grades is 3, but when we look here, we only have 0, 1, 2. So we finish at 2, student grades 2. You can't say student grades 3 because that doesn't exist in the array and you'll get an error. So this is what it'll print out. Element is 90, element 1 is 80, element 2 is 40.5. Now it's kind of weird to say element 0 like this. You might want to say element 1 and 2 and 3. So you can easily fix this by just printing out I plus 1 instead. So we keep all the code exactly the same because we do want to get just I here so that we have 0, 1, 2. We don't want to do I plus 1 in here because then we'll skip 0 and we won't print out 90. But if we do element and then just say I plus 1 here, this is just going to print out I plus 1 more. So on the first round, it's going to print out a 1 instead, and then a 2, and then a 3.